Hello everyone and welcome to my top 10 1/6 scale figures in the collection countdown. I just wanted to briefly explain to you the rules that I set myself here before we get started, and then I'm going to get the rotating base out and I'll put each figure in a cool little pose, have it turning around while I talk about it, and you can soak up the goodness. Now, I will be including anything from official companies such as Hot Toys, Medicom, Sideshow Collectibles, Enterbay, Blitzway. I don't necessarily have figures by all of those. I'm just letting you know that I will be obviously including figures made by official companies. I will also be including, if they make it into the top 10, kit bash figures, which are basically figures that you put together yourself from parts of existing figures that are already out there. And also I could be including custom 1/6 scale figures, though I don't have many of those. So let's get started. Try and stick around without skipping to the end and just enjoy the whole thing, because I think you will be quite surprised with what I have put at number 1. And let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. Number 10. At 10, it's Maleficent from the film Maleficent, which is a movie you could forget about pretty quickly. However, it is a figure that I cannot stop looking at. I am very happy I have this. I like that it goes against the grain. I like that it's nowhere near macho enough for a lot of you guys out there. And I have the cojones to display this proudly and say it is number 10 in my top 10 countdown. Absolutely had to go in there somewhere. I think it gets misrepresented, if that's the right word, on social media a lot, as in how it's displayed and how people see it. Usually the dress is puffing out really sort of puffy. She looks kind of not fat, but you know, you've got to make it work. I usually tuck one arm behind her back, very sinister like, because it also helps keep the dress thin, you know, sort of tight to her body, keeps her looking, you know, like how she looks in the movie, basically very creepy and thin, and just Angelina Jolie with horns. What more could you ask for? Absolutely awesome head sculpt. Just let you see that. Really well done. Yep. Oh, and that's the point I wanted to make. A big factor in this top 10 is it fun to go back constantly and repose these things? And she is definitely fun to repose. She comes with the two green flame options, one for each hand. She also comes with a staff with a crow that you can put on top, or a raven, sorry. And she has wires running through the dress. You can pose that to your heart's content. Great head movement, all kinds of movement, and the boots are insane. You never see them because, and I don't have a rotating because of the dress, it's too hard. But the boots, man, they keep going up. They're like a dragon bone kind of claw thing. Just crazy. Maleficent at number 10, and proud of it. Boom. Now she's leaning like Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal. At number 9, it's Dread, and I won't say who it's by because it's one of those, unofficial figures that kind of wasn't supposed to be made and could maybe get the company that did produce this in trouble, so I don't want to go into too much detail there. I'll just say the year this came out, it could have very well been figure of the year. This stands up, in my opinion, against any official company figure. It's just really high quality. The body that's underneath this outfit, I really don't know much about it, but I personally have had no trouble. He holds any pose that I've put him in and nothing's broken. The outfit is very well done. You do have to paint those gold sections of his armor yourself. It all just basically comes like a black, charcoal black kind of color, but that's fun to do. Everyone does that their own little way, uses their own techniques to make that gold. I just used like a acrylic gold paint with dry brush kind of effect, or technique should I say. But yeah, the year this came out, it was just a special year for collectors. I think we finally got a really cool Dread figure, and he definitely deserves to be in the top 10. So there he is, number 9. Dread. Let him come around one more time. See that face? Well, what we can see of it. Yeah, absolutely brilliant movie. Fantastic figure. At number 8, it's the Dark Knight Rises Selina Kyle by Hot Toys, one of my favorite officially released female figures to date. Absolutely stunning. The outfit was executed extremely well on this one. They basically bring the catsuit down to her elbow, and then the glove comes up and overlaps that. And then the legs, the catsuit comes down to the knee, and then the big boots, big long boots that she has, they come up and overlap that. awesome blades on the heels. If I can just get some focus happening. There you go. Really, really cool. But no limitations with posability, and I'm going to show you a few pictures now, and bear in mind everything is stock in these pictures. So you see how, you know, realistic she can look and the poses you can pull off with her. So that's why she's in the top 10. Absolute stunner. At number 7, it's the MMS 117 T800 by Hot Toys. I love this one. I owned it previously and sold it, and I missed it. This is that iconic look from T2. You could easily say there's 2 or 3 iconic looks from that movie. I love the end scene where he's all bashed up. I particularly like the first quarter of the film when he's all clean, all in black, and he's just hunting, or, you know, trying to find John Connor and trying to protect him from, you know, the T1000. But I'd owned the DX10. That one had a real leather jacket. It just didn't seem to fit him very well for me. I found it very tight around the arms. Could never really maneuver it around him very well. Whereas with the MMS 117, everything just kind of works. I like the way his likeness looks a bit more like the age he was in the movie. I thought the DX10 looked a bit young, and the skin complexion was a bit orangey. Not orange, but, you know, I just think this one was a little better. I've also, those are the glasses that come with the MMS 117. I've actually got him wearing some 1/6 scale NECA glasses that came with the Pascadero 12-inch NECA Terminator that they released. So I just think they're a slightly more accurate shape. I'm not including the Terminator 1 cop shootout scene, Arnie, even though that is an incredible figure and could very easily be in the top 5. But there are a couple of little niggles here and there, like his body being a bit small, nowhere near as big as he was in T1. I know he kind of slimmed down a bit for T2, so this one's nice and accurate for me. But yeah, absolutely iconic look. So glad to have this back in the collection. The mall scene, or the Pascadero mental hospital scene, when he's just cruising around trying to find John Connor. Absolutely awesome piece. Number 7, T800 by Hot Toys. Swooping in at number 6 is Christopher Reeve Superman by Hot Toys, an absolutely iconic piece, and they really nailed this one. I pretty much love everything about it. The outfit, the head sculpt, posability, the whole deal. Wonderful cape. This was actually a gift from a friend of mine in Australia, Denny, absolute legend. If you see this, Denny, I still love this piece. I always will. Thanks so much, man. Number 6, and deservingly so. Look at that. Just looks iconic. At number 5, we have my Catwoman figure that I've been working on for quite some time. I'd class this as a kit bash / custom figure because I've bashed parts together in order to achieve this look, but also done some custom work on it to make it my own and really try and nail the Adam Hughes kind of look on the comic covers, which I obviously display with pride. Now, the body was originally a Sideshow Collectibles body, which did break extremely easily. A lot of people out there with broken limbs on their Catwoman figures. So I swapped the body out for a fire-scene, pale skin, large bust, super flexible, seamless body. That's the one you need to get for this. It is a hell of an improvement. It just brings it to life. The posability is unmatched and it feels very sturdy. My friend Nick came around quite recently and I just let him sort of hold this because I wanted him to see or experience what these fire-scene bodies are actually like in person. They're absolutely amazing. They have a real weight to them and you really feel like you've got your money's worth with them. I can't praise Fire-Scene enough. Amazing stuff. But the boots, I found them online. They're actually like fake leather boots that zip up, and that cat was found at some little toy shop. It was grey and black originally. I painted it black. But basically you've got the Sideshow Collectibles head that I've reworked with hair, makeup around the eyes, changed the lipstick, make it more red, shiny. And Sideshow Collectibles hands, gauntlets, the outfit itself is Sideshow, the belt, the whip, and the base. And the rose is from the T800 Terminator 2 figure. And that's the spare head, which I haven't done anything to yet. But yep, number 5, Catwoman. Absolutely love this piece, really happy with it. And it's nice to have something unique. Number 5. Absolutely gorgeous. At number 4 we have the Joker from 1989, played by Jack Nicholson, one of Hot Toys' very best. I love the tailoring, the head sculpt, all the accessories he came with. The base is really nice. Lovely box, one of the old DX figures. It even looks cool from the back like this. Just zoom in and we'll see these eyes, the movable eyes, the purse system. They've changed it now, but back in the day that was what you had to work with, but mine still intact. It looks insane. Absolutely classic figure. Number 4, Jack Nicholson, Joker. At number 3, it's the DX11 Joker from the Dark Knight film, played by Heath Ledger. It's a fantastic set. It comes with a bunch of stuff that I still get a lot of use out of today. A big diorama, foldable diorama of the interrogation room, a table, chair, a lamp that goes on the table, a bunch of weapons, a second head sculpt with a laughing expression, and this one has the Purr's moving eyeball system. Fantastic clothing, incredible expression. Just a fantastic set. Really happy to have it, and I was actually really late getting this, but it was so worth it. I do love it. And there's a little extra accessory that actually came with, I believe, a custom clothing set so that you could put together a nurse Joker. So that Oscar doesn't actually come with the DX Hot Toys figure. There he is, number 3, the Joker. At number 2, it's the Werewolf by Cool Model. I think that's how you say it. This was a dream come true. I love werewolves, and I've always wanted a cool 1/6 scale werewolf, and to be honest, I never would have dreamed I'd get the one this good. I mean, this is right out of my imagination what I would, hope a werewolf would look like. And I don't mean that to sound like I wish they were real, because that could be problematic. But, my vision of a werewolf in my head is something like the werewolf from Bad Moon, great film, and the awesome werewolves from the film Dog Soldiers, which is a must-see if you are a werewolf fan. If you haven't seen Dog Soldiers, can't say that enough times in videos, which I sure have many times, but if you are a werewolf fan, stop what you're doing, including watching this video, and go watch Dog Soldiers, because it is absolutely amazing werewolf film. Anyway, so I think the company's called Cool Models, and it's just brilliant. He comes with an option to change him into a human form with a head sculpt, a backpack, everything you need. It's ridiculous. The box was gorgeous. It comes with a cardboard background of a forest at night, a full moon, and the posability, as you can see, is really good. Regard the pose. And just come round. He's coming at you, full speed, full aggression. He wants to munch on your face. But yeah, got him on a Hot Toys dynamic stand just for more posing options, and the joints are good. He holds the pose nicely, and you just can't mess with the head sculpt, and the teeth, and the wet look inside the mouth, the eyes. Stunning. All right, number 2, the Werewolf. Number 1, Robocop. That's right. In my opinion, in the collection as it stands that I own right now, this is the best piece that I own. It's part die cast. He has weight to him. when you hold him in your hand, it's kind of like they shrunk Robocop down and you're holding him and you're a big giant dude. It's amazing. Look at the way the light reflecting off that suit. Look as he comes round, how that is absolutely dead on Peter Weller Robocop. I love it. See that sort of purple shine on his arm as he went round there? It's ridiculous. The only thing that I'm not mad keen on is the scratch crazy base that doesn't really hold his feet in place very well. Bit slidey. And the fact that his gun, well, he doesn't really come with a gun holding hand. You have like movable fingers and you have to just make the gun sit in that hand, and as soon as you move him, it will move. I got sick of that, and I do a lot of photography, so I just glued the hand or the gun into that position, and now that, won't go anywhere. I'm never going to sell this figure because I love it, but it's basically stuck in place, and he is permanently holding the gun with that hand, so the hand is now a gun holding hand. It's all one piece. I can still swap out the other hands if I want to use the option of him having the spare gun that you get in the leg. But this is a very significant film for me. It's pretty much the first film I really remember watching. Also the first film I was really disturbed by. And had a major effect on me and my imagination, and part of what the 80s was all about. And wow. In my eyes, it's damn near perfect. And I think it deserves its place at number 1. And bear in mind, this is just figures in my collection and how I'm feeling right now. A month from now, it could be a different number 1. But there he is. Look at that. Perfect. Number 1 Robocop. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. I just wanted to briefly explain why there was no Batman figures in this particular countdown. If it had been a countdown that included 1/4 scale figures as well, then there very well could have been Batman in there, maybe even at number 1. But the 1/6 scale Batman figures that I have in the collection, apart from say the Nightmare Batman, which is that one there in the trench coat, or the leather coat, whatever you want to call it, he is great for posing, but he's very new in the collection. I can't really honestly put him in a top 10 right now, because the top 10 is a lot of fun to put together, because it sounds like a reasonable amount to choose from, 10 of them, but when you get down to it, it's actually really hard trying to make a top 10, and this is the first time I've ever really tried to do it. So I had to consider heavily whether it's fun to go back and repose these figures every now and then, and say something like the DX11 Joker there. That's a great one to just always go back and pose a different way. It's never stressful, it's always fun. But doing that with the Arkham City Batman over there, that's not fun. And certainly trying to repose your Michael Keaton Hot Toys Batmans, that can be quite stressful and depressing, because especially as that one gets older, I love it, but it certainly doesn't really hold poses anymore, so it just stands there in museum pose looking badass. So that's why you didn't see any Batman 1/6 scale figures in the countdown. And also I didn't include Predators because they do pose quite well, but they're very thick and quite stiff in the joints, so I don't tend to go back and move them that much. So as fantastic as they look, I couldn't honestly justify putting them in such a close call top 10. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, give me some feedback, and I'll be back with you soon. Hopefully Deadpool comes out in the next few days. We'll get on the case. Alright guys, take care of yourselves. See you later.